I was there when he arrived in England with his triumphant Jaipur polo team. The local newspapers couldn't have enough of him.
The young man who has everything is in London now. He possesses a fortune of £100 million, a £10 million palace, a room full of glittering gems, and 600,000 faithful subjects. Champion polo player of all India, he can ride a horse like a Cossack. And he has brought a team of princes together with 40 of the world's finest polo ponies to match their skill against England's crack performers.
A secret courtship blossomed between us, and just before I left for finishing school in Switzerland, Jay took me for a drive around Hyde Park and proposed to me. As the Second World War raged in Europe, I came here to Rambagh Palace as a Maharani of Jaipur. I was not its first Maharani, but something inside told me that Rambagh would be my palace, that this was home. A queen had finally come home. Where do I begin? How do I describe that feeling of magic that pervades the air at Rambagh? But you can sense it even today. The grace, opulence, and excess that was so much a part of my life.
My favorite Maharani, counted among the 10 most beautiful women in the world, is now a regal queen mother, the Rajmata of Jaipur.
Well, Rambagh was home. I had a beautiful room, a beautiful sitting room, a beautiful office. I ran the place. It was my home. I played tennis, I rode and everything. I did my work all from Rambagh. Rambagh was home to me, as it was to Second Maharani, as it was to all the children and all. It was a home.
Set amongst 47 acres of landscape gardens, Rambagh seemed to me a palace built by a king, though fit for the gods. The palace excelled in gracious hospitality, and an invitation to stay at Rambagh was eagerly sought after. We played host to international celebrities and Indian royalty alike. Every guest was provided with a car and an aide-de-camp to look after his every need. Soon after I arrived at Rambagh as a bride, Jay had his rooms specially redecorated for me by his favorite designer, Hammonds of London. It is now called the Maharani Suite and flaunts a very different look. Except for the spectacular mirrored bathroom that I so adored. For those of us who lived at Rambagh, there will always be memories to cherish. Who can forget the cool breezes in the shaded verandas and high teas in the scalloped arched loggias? Or the troops of turbaned butlers, unfailingly attentive. Even back then, the palace was run with the well-oiled efficiency and elan of a great hotel. Our kitchens were our pride. Staffed by dozens of cooks specializing in Indian and European cuisine, they produced ceremonial meals of exquisite delicacy and refinement. life at Rambagh was replete with ceremony and the arrival of many important visitors. Polo was a passion with my husband, and it became an integral part of our lives. The less active guests would take to the lumbering game of elephant polo. At Rambagh, the night was forever young. We often dined on the lawns, and there would be card games to follow. An enormous mosquito net enclosed the card tables, and large fans covered with jasmine flowers wafted scented air around us.
Rambagh's now a hotel. I can't live in it, but I've got fond of this little house too, which His Highness was going to live in. And then there's nothing more to say except I hope that Rambagh will always be a beautiful, beautiful residence for people to come and stay.